Hello, hello. Welcome back to Math Made Possible. I believe I can. I am your teacher for the moment, Miss Howard. Today we're going to be working from the Illustrative Math Curriculum, Unit 1, Lesson 4, Finding the Volume. Now, my videos are basically a summary of what we did in class. If you want a complete video, you can search that up, and I'll show you at the end what you can search in the search bar. You are going to be using multiplication to find the volumes of a prism. All right, so let's take a look at these four images right here. I'm going to do, you should be able to tell that one is complete and one is incomplete. But we have two complete and two incomplete prisms. We have to figure out, well, what is the volume of it, even though it's not complete, right? So let's take a look at this first image. Yesterday, I talked about how you can identify the prism's volume by looking either at the top, you could look at the right side, or you can look at the front. So let's go ahead and break that down first. All right, so we have the top of prism A, we have 2, 4, 6. So my number lock is off. Hold on, let's write that again. So we have 6 and at the top, and basically how many layers would that be? That would be 1, 2, 3, 4. And the way that we know that is because if you start at the top, you will definitely have to end up at the bottom. Or if you even think about it the opposite way, you build from the bottom up. So how many layers will you need to build in order to go up? That would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now the next one, so the total for this one would be 24. So that was yesterday. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. Okay. We're going to identify the base or the front facing, right? And we have to figure out, well, what are the numbers that we would multiply just for the area of that base or that face. Now, your face could be shown at the top. You can show it, let's point that out. This is the top. This is going to be the front. And again, this is the side. Those are also going to be referred to as your face. Or it can also be known as the base. And today we're going to be talking about the area of the base. So let's look at the top first, all right? Let's go back up to the top. The area of the base would be, we have 3 right here, and we have 2 right here. So we would type that as 3 times 2 and again we go down to find out how many we have. We have from the top to the bottom, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So this expression would be written as 2 times 3 times 4. Now let's double check to see if our answer is still the same. Well, I know that 3 times 2, that equals 6. And I know that 6 times 4, well, that equals 24. So our answer is correct for the top. Now let's take a look at the right-hand side. Let's change our colors. And let's take a look at the right. So we have 1, 2, 3 going across for the right. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 going up and down, or vertical. And let's take a pause right here and just talk about some vocabulary words that we used in class. One of the words that we'll be using besides area of the base is the horizontal. You should know, here's my trick that I teach my kids. You know that a letter or a direction is horizontal because if you look right here at the H, it goes from left to right. So that this right here where it's going from left to right, that would be horizontal. So another word is vertical. That would be up and down. Just like the V, it's going up and down. So there are 4 vertical cubes and 3 horizontal cubes. Now, how many layers would that be? So if we're looking at just this section right here, and we built this amount, how many times do we have to build this same cube? Well, we have built it 1 time, we built it a 2nd time. That would be 2. Let's double check our answer now. Well, we know that 3 times 4 equals 12, and we know that 12 times 2, that equals 24. And that's 24 unit cubes. All right, hopefully I didn't mess myself up for the last one. Now we're talking about the front. Let's change our color for this one to be, let's have it be purple. And I'm going to erase some of this so that we'll be able to see it. Okay, our front, we have 2 going across or horizontal. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And that would be this base, also known as this face. And the area for that would be 8. Now, once I build this section, how many times will I have to build this section or of 8 blocks? I will have to build it 1, 2, 3 total times. So it will be 8 times 3. And as you know, 8 times 3 equals 24. So in actuality, any one of these answers could be put in a column in this chart for number of cubes in one layer and number of layers. Our volume for A would be 24. Now let's do one more. Let's do this incomplete one. This one's a little bit more challenging, so let's take a look at this. Let's talk about this this area of the base. Let's just look at the front. Okay, what I can see is that there's 2 blocks on the bottom, and there's 3 at the top. So that would be 2 times 3. I'll go ahead and write that in this spot. So 2 times 3, which would equal 6. So when it says number of cubes in one layer, that front layer has 6. Now, how many layers do we see? Well, we have to build this cubes of figures of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And so 6 times 4 equals 24. Okay? Now, what I want you to notice, what do you notice about Prism A and Prism D? Hopefully you were able to notice something, and you're going to be talking about this with your class to determine what do you notice about Prism A and Prism D. Okay? Let's see what else we have. This says, explain or show how the expression 5 times 24 represents the volume of this rectangular prism. So we have a big number 24, right? And we have a small number 5. So first of all, let's take a look at where do we see the number 5. Let's count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see 5 right here. Now, I need to figure out if I could find 24. Now, when we were talking about area of the base before, that's basically two sides that are multiplied together. So let's try to figure out what numbers we can multiply to get 24. Okay? Well, I know for a fact, let's take a look at up here. I know 6 times 4 makes 24. So let's see if we could find it right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so here's my side that has 4. Now let me see if I can find 6. Let's see if this is 6 right here. Let's count this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this top piece, this top layer, is all 24 cubes. The total is 24 cubes right here. Well, how do I see 5 in this expression? Well, if I have 24 at the top, and I know from the top I need to go down to the bottom, we've already counted. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I pretty much said it like this to the kids. If you're at the top, you must go to the bottom, right? And let's think about an elevator. If you're at the top of the elevator, how many floors will you need to go down in order to get to the bottom level? So that would be 5 levels. So this is how we see 5 times 24. Now take a moment and see how you could find 6 times 20. Review this with your mom. Pause the video and check to see if you have a better understanding of where you see 6 times 20. All right, that's it for our video for today. I do thank you so much for coming to check out our video. This one is going to be, forgive me, this is not lesson 3. This is lesson 4. Let me write that over here. This is lesson 4. So you would search up, do a YouTube search for Illustrative Math, Grade 5, Unit 1, Lesson 4. And you can also search other types of videos where you can find a volume of a prism. Thank you so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Take care.